Hello everyone, I'm Jack Fisher and welcome to my world. And in that world, I don't deny that machines and computers influence many of our decisions. I've been using computers for almost my entire life, and I can recount many instances in which they've heavily influenced the choices I've made, from the classes I chose to take in school, to the movies I chose to see in theaters, to the types of underwear I buy. One way or another, technology has always been a factor in my life. Most people alive today are in the same boat. Computer technology influences many of the decisions they make, either directly or indirectly. Even those who try to live off the grid can't escape it. The way we allocate resources, maintain records, and organize our society is closely linked to certain technologies. As for computer technology, that has arguably been the most influential. It doesn't just calculate numbers, catalog our data, or stream our movies. We're at a point now where our machines are gaining a measure of intelligence. It might not be on the same level as HAL 9000 or Data from Star Trek, but it's growing more and more advanced with each passing day. Every search engine is driven by a form of artificial intelligence. Every advertisement you see, including the annoying ones, is driven by an artificial intelligence. Hell, even the characters in the video games you play are guided by artificial intelligence. Now, make no mistakes, these existing AI systems are a long way away from Skynet-level intelligence. They're what most experts classify as narrow AI. That just means they're not meant to be intelligent in a general sense. They're just programmed to do one particular task very well, like play chess, calculate your tax returns, or recommend other products that you might like. These AI systems are far from perfect, but between virtual assistants, cloud computing, and self-driving cars, they're getting better and better with each passing year. This often leads to discussions and concerns about the possibility of an AI becoming as intelligent as an average human, or even more intelligent. I've already made some videos discussing that possibility, and I still say that's certainly an issue worth taking seriously. But that's not the primary focus of this video. Instead, I want to focus on how these emerging systems affect our decisions. Just take a step back for a moment and think about how many of your choices are affected by algorithms and analytics. How many shows have you discovered because an AI recommended it to you? How many songs, videos, games, or products did you discover because of an AI? It's probably more than you're comfortable admitting. We still like to think we're still making these choices ourselves. We're the ones who click the links and buy the products. Even if we end up regretting those choices later on, we still retain the agency. And that's a critical detail, and one that people fight over in many dystopian stories. But I think those details warrant greater scrutiny. Because let's be honest with ourselves. Some of us don't make good decisions with the agency that we have. And even with the aid of a good AI, we'll still buy things that we regret, we'll meet people we wish we hadn't, and we'll do things that will haunt us for the rest of our lives. We are all deeply flawed from a personal and biological standpoint, and there's only so much we can do to work around those flaws. I've certainly experienced it. I've made decisions that I regret, decisions that I had every opportunity to avoid, and probably should have. It's not that I was stupid or arrogant, I just didn't have all the facts, or I didn't think it through. And honestly, who hasn't had moments like that? This brings me to the more speculative part of the video, as well as the thought experiment that comes with it. Because it's not mere speculation to believe that AI systems will keep improving. That's literally happening with each passing day. And even if they don't reach the kind of superintelligence that some imagine, they will likely get to a point where they're more capable than the average human. So much so that they would be able to make better decisions than most people. But that in turn raises an important question. What major decisions would you allow an artificial intelligence to make for you? Now, before you contemplate this question, set aside the small, trivial decisions that you make every day. What type of bread that you buy, to which shoes that you buy, these are all things that rarely impact the larger course of your life. For this thought experiment, I urge you to think bigger. Think in terms of the people you date or marry, the jobs and careers you seek, the stocks you choose to buy, or even the way you vote for your leaders, be they political or the captain of a football team. Every one of these decisions is often left to the whims of people. Flawed, irrational people. And many problems and consequences from such decisions are major sources of conflict, both for our lives as individuals and for society as a whole. Now, imagine for a moment that you're a decade into the future. You encounter an advanced AI that is fully capable of making better decisions than even the most informed humans. It can make predictions and factor in forces that no human ever could, no matter how smart or capable they might be. And you have a chance to delegate certain decisions to this AI. I ask, would you do it? Would you let this AI pick your spouse? Would you let it pick your stocks? Would you let it diagnose your health and trust its recommendations? Would you let it conduct surgery on you, major or minor? Would you let it drive your car? Would you let it teach or even raise your children? Assume for the sake of argument that this AI is not malicious in any way. It may not even be self-aware. It's just advanced enough to make better decisions than you. All it really requires is enough information, both from you and the world around it. Now, I'm sure many would abhor the idea of surrendering their agency to some inhuman machine. Our knee-jerk reaction is to oppose anything that might undermine our capacity to make our own choices and chart our own course in life. But again, it's worth remembering our flawed and imperfect nature. Just think about how many lives have been ruined by otherwise ordinary people making bad choices. How much suffering continues to this day because people keep making bad choices or keep trusting the wrong influences. We don't even have to speculate for examples here. Just look at all the deaths caused by traffic accidents. A 2016 study by the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration concluded that human error accounts for anywhere between 94% to 96% of all auto accidents. And when you consider that over 37,000 people died in traffic accidents that same year, it's clear that this is not a trivial figure. And yet, so many people are reluctant to trust self-driving cars, even if they never get drunk, distracted, or reckless. But some of the same people who don't trust self-driving cars will trust dating apps to find them an appropriate partner, not even realizing that those matches are determined by some form of AI. At the moment, there does seem to be a line that people draw when it comes to letting a machine make decisions for them. But that line is neither clear nor is it stationary. It's going to continue getting blurred as more and more of our choices are influenced by machine learning. And it'll keep moving as artificial intelligence becomes more adept, for narrow and broader applications alike. One day, choosing to drive a car rather than letting a computer do it for you might seem reckless. The same could be said for letting humans operate on you instead of a robot program with the knowledge of 100 skilled surgeons. If you still have the option, what choice would you ultimately make? I know this is a lot to contemplate, more so than previous thought experiments I've posed. But this is one instance where we don't have to wait for the technology to arrive. It's already here to some extent. We're already making choices that are heavily influenced by artificial intelligence. And as that technology evolves, so too must our decision-making process. It may ultimately be a question of whether that process evolves fast enough. Thanks for watching, everyone. And thanks for joining me in my world. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, take care and stay safe.